What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button for me, please. Make sure y'all also go check out Doug and Exile. Let's get into this video, y'all.
Welcome to Doug in Exile. Yeah, we're going into Hunter Biden's felony gun thing, but also on Jack Smith being the evil apprentice working under Merrick Garland as his bagman. Here's Alina Habba on the Benny Johnson show. Welcome and subscribe.
You want my hypothetical, what I actually think they're doing? I think that
Please.
They're trying to make it look like everything is fair. I think that they have to save face.
This is over why Hunter Biden got the gun thing. I was on a show last night, Andy Worski's show, and they were kind of throwing a little shade at me going, hey, isn't that kind of a double standard that one of your buddies, Nick Rekieta, got nailed with a loaded gun, and Hunter Biden also has loaded? Going, look, all these gun charges, they tend to be fake, okay? They tend to be things that you catch people on to upcharge them on stuff they already got. If you came into my house right now, you would find guns loaded, not in a gun safe. So they could do anything with that they wanted. So it's kind of a bogus.
You know, I understand like some people putting guns in gun safes, especially like if like, you know, you have a rifle, you have different guns. And they have safes out there that's like pretty quick. But like I liked it, you know. I'm crazy about my family, so like I had to get through it quick. So I don't know.
Everyone knows it's a bogus charge. And it's something that our government, a bunch of Democrats that are gun grabbers, they love busting Hunter on this one. And they know Daddy Biden can make it go away. So it's harmless to bust Hunter on the gun violation. I believe it's like a non-issue. It's a nothing burger. Alina Habba agrees.
Whether they even send him to jail for a month, a week, I think it'll get pushed. And then I think that when Joe Biden loses, he will pardon him on his last day.
So there's no big deal on this whole thing. I think Hunter Biden is guilty of much bigger crimes.
That's what I was just about to say. Like I was just about to say that. Like I feel like this is something, but this is way more stuff to, you know, get them on than just, you know,
the much more preferred crime that the Democrats want to hang on him. But it's really, again, absolute nothing burger.
You know, I think they're struggling. I think they're struggling for credibility, and they're trying to use this case to find a little bit of credibility.
Now, that's the whole purpose of busting Hunters, for the Democrats to gain credibility. Whoopi Goldberg, all the ones that you see on TV, they're feeling the heat. It means it's working, guys. America is working. The Democrats are feeling the heat going, wow, we really got caught overextended on our skis. We have to throw a bone to someone. We have to bust Hunter on this harmless, he's walking around with a gun violation. No one got hurt. The girlfriend dumped it in a dumpster or something. It is not a big deal. It's fake news to get dramatic about the Hunter Biden gun. Always was.
We just have to demonstrate that he will not take power if he does run, making sure he under legitimate efforts of our Constitution, does not become the next president again.
And this is...
I'm going to be 100 with y'all. I'm going to be so real, and I'm not being funny or nothing, but I didn't understand nothing he just said. Like, I'm being so serious. I didn't understand nothing. Like, I don't know if I was tripping. Maybe I was tripping. Let me see something.
If he does run, making sure he under legitimate efforts of...
I think it's more so like, I feel like if it's something like that, like, you obviously the president of the United States. Somebody need, I don't know. Yeah. Come November 5th, Trump, please win.
Biden, right before Trump says he's going to use every effort in the Constitution, in our law, to go after people. That's what the law does. When it's politicized, it goes after people for little things like gun violations. I've had a number of friends, at least 3 who were felons, who were found with guns and they go to jail. Okay, that happens all the time. But all the guys who I know who've ever been injured by a gun, it was through mishandle, misuse. It was never because they were felons or because they were drug addicts. Those aren't the ones that ever ran into trouble with guns. It's always the clean people that think their guns are unloaded when they're loaded.
I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
And I feel like anybody with a gun obviously needs the correct training and, you know, safety when it comes to it. I'm not a person that's about to be like, oh yeah, people don't need them, because Yeah, you know, I'm that type of person, and I live in Indiana, so like, I live in a small town in Indiana. That's the thing. I literally live in a small town. Like when I say, you know, it's a small town, it's a small town in Indiana. We close to Indianapolis, obviously, but you know, downtown Indy. But when I tell you, Indiana is just like that, you know. And there's other, you know, different states, you know, that's obviously like that. But I'm a person that's, you know, obviously
Trump, he
so.
announces he's going for president, and then that's what clicks all of this stuff into motion. That's what started everything with Merrick Garland.
Including the former president's announcement that he is a candidate for president in the next election.
And the sitting president's stated intention to be a candidate as well, I have concluded that it is in the public interest to appoint a special counsel.
So he's putting Jack Smith in place, saying like, hey, there's two presidents here. I can't touch this. So he put a guy that's distant enough. This is like, one of the terrible lines in Star Wars is always two there are, a master and an apprentice. Well, Garland is the master and Jack Smith is the apprentice.
Today, I signed an order appointing Jack Smith to serve as special counsel.
And that's when we knew. We knew he was putting distance between himself and this thing because this was going to be a criminal witch hunt designed to screw up Trump's campaign.
Been overzealous in some of these high-profile cases. He's willing to stretch the law. John Roberts called it a boundless interpretation that would catch up politicians in their ordinary acts that they do for people. And I think it's just says maybe a lack of judgment.
So that's all the professional lawyers all knew what was going on at the time, and they warned us that they were being too elastic with their laws.
The White House fired back after defense attorney Ashley Merchant testified yesterday about a meeting between District Attorney Fani Willis and Vice President Kamala Harris. Merchant cited evidence that Willis visited the White House in February of 2023. That's just months before a grand jury in Georgia indicted President Trump in the state's election interference case.
Okay, now comes...
I'm smiling because I already know Ashley Merchant not to get. Come on, y'all. I'm already knowing. Like that needs to happen. You know, obviously not at phone count, but that needs to happen. I know we said it before. I don't know. I think I'm just tired of fans.
All the corrupt district attorneys get loaded in, and this was all televised and in public, but they are now being loaded in one at a time. That's Fani Willis, and they're all still coordinating with the White House.
America is in uncharted territory.
Here she goes.
We are angrier and more deeply divided than we've ever been at any point in our history since the Civil War. I'm running for Attorney General because I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president.
And that's Letitia James calling Trump an illegitimate president and telling you back in 2018 why she ran. She ran to indict him. And now she indicted him.
Tell us why we should know about Colangelo's role in all of this.
Because he held the number 3 spot at DOJ, which is maybe the most coveted spot at the Department of Justice outside of Attorney General itself, because typically that job is a straight path to becoming a corporate bigwig, making a lot of money.
But that's not what he did. He stepped down from that big promotion and took the job conveniently over with Alvin Bragg so he could maintain contact with the White House.
Considered very elite. So for him to step down from that, to go work for a local prosecutor in New York on this case, it says something. I think it says that he's got to be a pretty true believer, and this is personal, if he wants to get involved in this.
And then that's when this other guy, Alvin Bragg, who ran on expertise of dealing with and getting Trump in New York.
I'm the candidate in the race who has the experience with Donald Trump. I was the chief deputy in the Attorney General's office.
And lo and behold, he just got Trump just this week, nailed him, got him guilty. And then here's Alina Habba to wrap it up.
We can't look at this as a big W. I think it is a bit more of a ruse, to be honest. Them trying to change the Trump narrative from the dual system of justice that I know all too well to, hey, look at us, we're being fair and impartial. No, you're not.
Are you buying it that Hunter Biden being found guilty on these gun charges, felony, is that a big deal? No. This is a crime that does nothing to the public to change the narrative, whereas Trump's, they're trying to ramp his felony up through the roof as being some kind of huge indicator of his not being fit for office. I think that Hunter, by the way, getting away with this long and not being prosecuted shows how weaponized the Democrats already are using our legal system, that it's unfair, that he gets a unique benefit of being avoided all this time. I'm Doug in exile.
Check out Doug, man. One thing about it, this whole Hunter thing, it's like you see something and you know it's a bunch of other stuff that is going on, that is went on, that it's so much like trying to hide something. You know, I know it's stuff that, you know, oh yeah, he's guilty because of it, but like Doug said, it's bigger things, you know, and I just don't know, you know. We watch so many shows, we watch so much movies, and we've seen it, you know, in person. Like, we see this stuff, you know, and I know, you know, I talk about shows and movies and, you know, and it's fake, but we see stuff, you know, that is real, and we know there's other things that's going around. I mean, obviously, you know, there's other things that is hidden. There's other things that, and I try not to get too deep in it. Obviously, you know, I love my channels, but one thing about it is it's sad, you know. It's sad that people have to do, you know, certain things. People have to hide. Like, we didn't cover so much stuff, you know, over this past year of everything that went on. And when I say his whole term was complete BS, like I'm telling you, like it's so much. And just to think that I started looking at these videos and reacting to these videos last year. What about the years before that? You know, I wish I would have seen, you know, what was going on, you know, and obviously I still can, but it's just so much, you know, it's so much, and it is time for a change. You know, it's time for a change, and you know, I think it definitely, we got to see Trump with a win, you know, come November. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe button for me. Make sure y'all also go check out Doug Guys out. Catch y'all next one.